What is OTT advertising? What does this even stand for? And why do some home improvement companies use it? When would you want to use it for your home improvement company? And hey, I'm Carl Stoy, the founder of Stoy Media. And to make a long story short, we sell leads and work as an agency with home improvement companies to be able to help them out to get more at-bats for selling their service. And so let's talk about what is OTT advertising? Why have you seen it? Are some people talking about it? What does it mean? And it stands for over the top advertising. And I know this is going to be like, well, what do you mean by over the top advertising? What do you see? The thing is, when people consider streaming services like ESPN, Peacock, all the other streaming services, they consider it over the top of the phone. I don't know why it's called that. I'm just going to explain it to you. OTT means over the phones, the screen, like the computers. You are going directly onto the streaming services such as ESPN, Peacock, whatever. That's what OTT advertising is. And when would you want to use it for your home improvement company? Now, this specific type of advertising really ties into doing any sort of brand building for your company, because here's the thing. I talk about it in the video where I talk about how to build an everywhere brand, but I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of that video. I really recommend that you check that video out. But see, if you show up in more than one placement, and we're talking, they see you on Instagram, they see you on Facebook, they see you on YouTube, and they see you on ESPN in between shows, they're going to think you're one of the biggest companies ever. Like, they're going to think you're a big company, even though you may not be spending that much. If you have a very targeted list for your OTT advertising, and you have, and I'm pretty sure they also call it CTV advertising. So there's many different ways to call it, but this is mostly known as streaming services, ESPN, and alike. And if they see you on more than one placement like that, they're going to think you're one of the biggest companies, and they're going to trust you, and they're going to be very likely to submit a form. But essentially, you're going to be using this for brand building. There's no real direct ROI. So that's the really important nuance. This is mainly for brand building. No huge direct ROI. There's no click here now. They're on a TV. Where are they going to click? There's nowhere for them to click. They simply see your brand, and that's it. You have your message, you have your offer. Even in the ad, you may say, go visit go.yourcompany.com. You may say that, and maybe right there's a landing page, but it's not a very direct ROI like you would on Facebook or Google, where it's literally click here, talk to us now. And so it's more about brand building on there than it is direct ROI. And that's why I really wouldn't recommend this for a company starting out advertising. Wait, let's actually talk about that. Who would I recommend that uses OTT advertising? So recommend over here and don't recommend over here. So when would I recommend it? And that's brand building, big company. So if you have a big company with lots of budget, you're going to be able to show up in many different places, increasing the conversion of your website, your Meta ads, your Google ads, your Microsoft ads. You're going to increase the conversion rate on all of those because you're showing up in many different places. And then who I wouldn't recommend this for is small companies. Now, I know companies like Vibe.co, they really target the smaller companies because they're like, well, you could start at a $50 a day budget. But the truth is, when you're simply brand building, you don't have any direct ROI. It's very silly for you to just spend even $50 a day just to get people to see your company. That you're not there yet. It's important that you focus on what generates a direct ROI, like Meta ads or Google ads, and then later on focus on the big stuff like OTT. Like having a billboard on the side of the highway, or a sign in a park, or a bench, or whatever. You focus on those later. You focus on the actual direct ROI stuff for right now. And this is what OTT advertising is. There's many different providers. Stoy Media is not one of them, but if you are a home improvement company looking to buy leads, or work with an agency who could potentially set something like OTT advertising up for you, then perfect. Click the link in the description, book a call, and we'd love to talk with you. But otherwise, if you are actually looking for OTT directly, I'd recommend that you look this up and see if you can find someone, maybe even click on a Google ad. And if you have any comments, feel free to leave a comment. I'll respond and possibly even make a video about it so that you can further understand, get a better response.